The beginning of our story starts around 1956. The Mayer family had a small farm in Washington, Missouri. Recently married, Russell and Rosalie Mayer were in need of a tractor, but did not have the funds for a large tractor. There was a local dealership called Washington Tractor where they sold Ford tractors. The Mayer couple had spotted the Ford 600 and knew that it was the right tractor for their farm. After some short negotiation, they bought it, loaded it up, and took it home. This is where the Ford 600 story begins. It worked on the farm to run various equipment for Russell and his two sons, Roscoe and Randy. After 61 years of hard work, the little Ford was finally put up in a barn where it would spend 3 long years. This is where the journey took a turn and a bigger change that we could have imagined for ourselves and for it. On the first day of school, our junior year, we came from our sending school, which is Warrington High School in Warrington, Missouri. We would spend 3 hours a day at 4Rivers Career Center in Washington, Missouri, learning both hands-on in the shop and from classroom materials about how to fix vehicles. One day, we were asked to come in to Mr. Brinkman's office. We thought the worst was about to happen, even though we weren't sure exactly what the worst was. He started talking about the night shift program. At that point in our lives, it changed. We didn't even know it yet. On October 29th, 2020, we got to see our 1956 Ford 600, which is still owned by the family that bought it new and has contributed to the success of the night shift over the years. We learned early on that the tractor had been purchased new off the line back in the day and kept in the family through the years. It is known as a heritage tractor. After learning the history behind the tractor, the restoration became so much more than a restoration to us. We talked as a group and made the decision that we wanted this tractor to be better than when it rolled off the factory line. Our evenings turned into nights of learning new skills and perfecting the ones we had. Every night was filled with learning something new. Not only did we learn from our instructor, but we learned from each other. As our year went by, we restored the tractor, we slowly uncovered its history. Another piece of history we found was the blue paint from Roscoe. He repainted the tractor to make it look like the new Ford tractors they had around the farm. We also found all of the body filler under the paint from years of working. The months moved quickly as the tractor began to come together. We began to realize that being open to learning new lessons and skills was a big part of life and restoring a tractor for the first time. As we put finishing touches on the tractor, we began to reflect on ourselves and learned a deeper appreciation for antique tractors. Our junior year came to a close, and we had finished our restoration, but we were not done yet. We still wanted to visit as many shows as possible to show people the work we are proud of. Even though we are moving on to bigger and better things, the little Ford and its lessons will stay in our memories forever. Every good story has an ending, but this story doesn't end. It's just starting for the students that restored the little Ford. And we know it has changed as much as we did. This story was written by 4Rivers Career Center Auto Technology students. These tractors are owned by antique tractor enthusiasts throughout the community. They have graciously allowed us to display them here for you to admire. These tractors come and go, so be sure to visit again and see the newest featured tractor in person soon.